All right, this is the second row over here at Elmer's Auto Salvage. I'm sorry, Elmer's Auto Graveyard. They've so graciously allowed me to take more time because I'm slow to document this cool collection. And so I'm going to go down this row and then back up there, and then we'll go to the other side of the yard, which is where some of the really cool stuff is. Oh, I hear a train. Right, this is actually one of the highest points on the Mississippi River Valley. I'll show you pictures and video later in another video of like that farmhouse over there overlooks one of the most beautiful scenes in the entire river valley, but I'll show you in a bit. Ooh, cool old Ford. And then we got some Oldsmobile Tornados and some G-bodies. Cool truck. Elmer, Cochran, Wisconsin. Something ICO something Winona Zone. Interesting. Hopefully someone can enlighten me to what that all means. Also, this family was big into racing, so there's a bunch of, I can see they've moved them because it used to be right up along that row right there. But you can see there's a few of the race cars remaining up there. But you can see there's like a chassis here. Oh, wow, look, it has Pontiac 8-lug rims on it, or at least on the front. Well, that's surprising. And this race car right here that we're coming up to, oh, here's the 70 real quick. I didn't realize we were here. That's a 70 Camaro that I documented in row 1 real quick. It's in rougher shape than I thought. But this Monte Carlo race car used to be up at the front. I moved it here for some reason. This is a row of 3rd gen Camaros. And it's nice for once not having to hide where I am, because most places I document obviously don't want to keep it, they want to keep it under wraps. But Elmer's, because it's an active yard, and they actually have a modern yard on the one side, and they do tours of here, so they're happy for the publicity. See, I don't think this Can-Am was an original. I don't think it was a real original Can-Am because it would have the ducktail spoiler, and it doesn't. I think someone just added the orange stripe. And here's that Impala. Here's those Chevelles. Beautiful view. Monty, I think. Grand Prix, my apologies. I don't know what this was. It's a GM vehicle because it's got a cowl tag. I think it's an Oldsmobile. Oh, no, sorry. 69 Chevelle SS from what that marking shows. Wow, that's sad. All that remains. And then, ooh, it's really nice. Old wrecker over here that we'll see in a second. Old Ford wrecker. That's pretty. That is really pretty. There we go. Monte Carlo. Oh, this is cool. Okay. This blue car is a 1970, I think, 3 Chevelle SS 454 4-speed car. when I post about this in the past, a lot of people make sure you can see the shift boot is still there, and it's got Wisconsin license plates in it. It's actually, I mean, it's in rough shape, but a 454 4-speed Chevelle SS. Those are rare, no matter what you do. So, I mean, is it worth saving? Probably. I mean, the engine's gone, the transmission's gone. Would I do it? Absolutely. If I had unlimited money. Power disc brake. Oh man, it looks like someone hot rod too. Cam 2. That is cool. I know a lot of people were happy to see that in my feed in the past. And then this is the row that we're walking on. Here's another country squire wagon, Ford, Impala, Buick, Super, Buick Special, Impala, oh, AMC. Even being in Wisconsin, you don't see very many of those. Oh, beautiful day. Wish it was a tad cooler, but that's just me. And weighing the amount of a small moon. Nash. Another Buick. Thunderbird. More Impalas. Some 40s Dodges and Plymouths. There's a Firebird of some form. 350 on the hood. So Pontiac 350. All right. Oh, here's another Chevelle. Oh, 67. No, 66. Plymouth Satellite. And you should be able to tell what engine it had by the hood. Nope, never mind. This one doesn't have it. A lot of them had the engine cubic inches on the hood ornament. This one does not. 307 69 Chevelle. I don't know why my camera strap keeps rolling back on me. Another Studebaker. Buick. Olds. Plymouth Fury. The weird light on the hood. I mean, on the grill. Another Buick. So that someone really wanted the wagon parts of. Another Thunderbird. All right, in row 3 at Elmer's Auto Graveyard. We just came up. That was row 2. That ended right there. And this row starts with Pontiacs. Lots and lots of Pontiacs. Mostly Trans Ams. And this one's got the Screaming Eagle. Or the Flaming Fire Chicken. But I don't think this one was a Trans Am because it doesn't have the side scoops. But I know a few of them are. Yeah, like here's a blue. Oop. Blue Trans Am. Honeycomb rim that had a slight accident. This, I think, was a Bluebird. No shnikes. Because look, you can see someone painted over it gray, but you can see the blue is popping out where the other paint layer is wearing away. I wonder if it is. You can see there used to be a spoiler that they didn't paint underneath. But I'll see here in a second. What does the interior show? Looks really rough. But I think it is. It's got the blue interior, or it had. I think this was a Bluebird. Right there you can see the blue paint. Oh, that's sad though. All right. Keep on going. Another Trans Am. You can see, or at least it's a 80 Firebird. And there's a Screaming Chicken hood. Ooh, and there's a shaker hood car, or at least a shaker for it. Looks like it's a 70, like 3 or 4 Firebird. Got some Camaros. Camaro. My mom's very first new car was, I think, a 77 Camaro. And she hated the color so much she had my father paint it like over the weekend. That one's got a spoiler up. I don't think it's a Z28 or anything. Got more Trans Ams up there, but that's where we come out. There's another flaming chicken, or flaming eagle hood over there, and another shaker. But that's on the way out, so that will be in a later video. Here's a Z28. It's got the scoop in the side. Someone's old truck's leaving. More Camaros. Formula Firebird doors. At least one. I don't know what the other one's off of, but it's got a cool stripe. All right. More Camaros. Well, here's a Type LT, which I think was like a higher trim package, like a nicer interior. I think this yellow one was a factory model also. I have no idea which one it is though. But I know I've seen similar yellow ones in the past. Ooh, T-type. Or T-top, I mean. Even though it looks like, no, it looks factory. Here's some earlier ones. Early Firebird. Earlier Camaro. Like a 70, 71. I think it's like that. And then, oh, here we got Javelin and some of the old race cars. Ooh. Javelin, and then here's some of the Monte Carlo race cars. And other ones. And just for knowledge, the museum is separate from the yard. That's why none of this was touched at the big auction for the pedal cars and such a few years ago. Basically, the yard is original. I'll use a Ford wagon as a dirt track car. That's cool. And a Chevelle. Yep. Or maybe a Buick. I think someone said this might have been like a 64 Buick. Or a Special or something. Okay. Well, since we did the other row up there, I'm going to continue the video once I get to the new part of the yard over on that side. Just for a little bit of context here at Elmer's Auto Graveyard, the last few videos are just the first 3 rows. I still have all of this to go shoot, and it goes up and around and all the way through there and around, and then there's more on that side. So I don't have the battery power to document every single piece, but I'm going to try to document the cool stuff, at least in my opinion. Like that wagon right there. Unfortunately, I mean not unfortunately, but I'm going to start over here and just start making my way through. I wanted to give a little bit of context. This overview showed the entirety of Elmer's Auto Salvage, the new stuff and the old. And the second map only showcases a little sliver of what I'm able to cover in the entire video series that I'll be putting out. It's really amazing to see later on, now that it's been a few months since I was at the yard, how little I really did get a chance to document. When I was there the first time and I walked all day, I saw a lot more, but because I was filming and trying to take my time, I saw far less and was able to document but it in more detail. But then the owner of the yard said, "Jump in my car, let me show you what we got." And he took me for a ride. And there's parts of the yard that they don't even have open to the public. It blew me away. And there's so much, and you're walking so quick because you only have so many hours in the day that, like that Pontiac wheel, 8-lug, you never would have seen that unless you took the time to look at it in more detail. First time I was there, I had no idea. Blew right by it. But you never know what you're going to find out there. Hey everyone, I hope you enjoyed the video from Elmer's Auto Salvage. Basically covering most of row 2 and a little bit of row 3. Those Trans Am Firebirds though, that was really cool. I mean, when they set up that, I mean, obviously they had a plan to put those all in that row. And that was really neat. You don't see that kind of collection very often. And wow, I am a mess. I've been traveling for like 4 days. I started out Friday looking at a Hemi Superbird that's been off the road since like the 70s. And then I went to a Corvette auction. If you saw my social media, I went and saw that 53 Corvette sell. That was really cool. And then I had some work to do in Wisconsin. Came home today and I went and saw a 70 CUDA that I've been checking on every year right around this time. That's been sitting probably since the late 80s, early 90s. And I'll put pictures of all this, I'm sure, during this video. But the big thing I've been doing last week was I've been painting. There's some of the stuff drying, and then what's the best way to go? This way, probably. Ooh, don't get sick. But I have stuff hanging and drying. You see, like here's panels. I actually did the painting on the panels for the 71 last week. Most of it. I might have 2 more that I have to finish up. But I did the cake panels, I did the pillar panels, I did the armrests, I did the speaker grills for the dash, other than the big one. I'm looking at them right, they're all drawing on the table in front of me. So hopefully this week we're going to have another few really nice days. So I'll get the rest cleaned up and painted, but they came out really good. I used 2 different kinds of paints. I used the factory normal, what everyone uses is the SEM paints. I did that on the worst pieces for the best results. And then a friend of mine recommended another paint process with Krylon, and they came out okay. I'll have a whole video about this here in the near future. But yeah, I'm trying to think what else is going on. Basically, Jefferson's done. I'm going to be going to Detroit at the end of October to work on the Muscle Car and Corvette Nationals, which is the weekend before Thanksgiving. But a lot of cool stuff going on. So the next big show will be McCacken, but I'll have a lot of stuff leading up to that. Let me know what you think on this video. I think there's probably going to be 5, 6 more. But then in November, I'll take a break. And I'm going to I think I have enough Hemi Superbird videos to do 2 or 3, and then it'll be Subvember again. So I'll be doing a lot of really rare cars in November to, up my subscriber count, because that's really what I want. If you guys would do for me is to share, like and subscribe because that helps me out. But all right, I'm going to go in and feed my cat because she's at my mom's, who was watching her. But I'll talk to you all soon. You guys stay safe.